Good morning, everybody. It's Vitalii from Codelibry, and in today's video, we are going to talk about the plugins. We'll answer the questions like what amount of plugins is good, what amount of plugins is bad, what to do if you have too much plugins, and all about this stuff. So when we are really talking about plugins, what we really means in terms of WordPress that sometimes too much plugins can be really bad for your website performance, both on frontend and on the backend, when you just hit anything in admin panel and it loads too long. So what should we really do is to split the plugins into two different categories, like a functional one and visual one. Functional is something strictly for the backend. In most cases, they even will not have a huge impact on a database. Another one is for the frontend. And these plugins are having a big impact on your website speed on both frontend and backend. Frontend more, backend sometimes. And in most cases, they can be replaced by a custom code, a small snippet, or a small plugin. I mean, like when you're building a theme, correct way to add like styles is to go to theme, and functions go to plugins. So every function that you add into functions PHP potentially could be a plugin. That's like from development stand of view. So technical plugins, something like imagine Yoast SEO, Rank Math, or ACF, is something that you don't want to build internally because it will take ages and a lot of money. It's just big companies built on that. So you totally ignore them, you're using them, and that's fine. Visual plugins are something like plugins for pop-ups, for, I don't know, some galleries, sliders. There is a million of add-ons for Elementor that are used for nothing. Yes, I know Elementor is limited, page builders, that's same for all page builders, but all this kind of plugins that add some functionality with styles on your page, they generate a big bloated CSS file, a lot of dependencies for JavaScript, and at the end you end up with a page which is really enormous in like size and resources that need to be loaded every time. Every time you go somewhere, page loads, you need a lot of resources. Don't do that. There is no quick answer how many plugins is good, how many plugins is bad. And in order to prove that, I heard a rumor on LinkedIn that like if you have more than 10 plugins, it's really bad for your website. So I have these tabs open, and it's our admin panel of Codelibry.com website. So we're agency, we know what we're doing. I updated all the plugins before recording this video. So let's walk through all the active plugins we are having here and see. So it's 15 of them. It's considered bigger than you should have, really, especially considering that we have only like one homepage and a few other pages. But if we'll look through them in details, we'll see that we have like ACF add-on, another ACF add-on, ACF add-on, classic editor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plugins that are related just to admin panel and the way we feel admin panel should work. They don't have any impact on the front end, I guess. Yeah, they don't. Classic editor, again for the backend. Contact form 7. Well, you can sometimes write your own forms, but we are stick to contact forms or other form provider because it's easier. Really, it saves a lot of time, have small impact on front end. For example, this contact form plugin, what it has, so it's our website. Yeah, I know it could be better, but like 86, decent result. What I noticed here, we have contact form 7 styles.css, and it's really small piece of CSS. I really like either combine these with like main CSS or just add, as you see, like 480 milliseconds. It's really too much for this. Okay, other than that, Hostinger is our hosting provider, and they need this plugin to work something with their backend. Allow me. Then Lightspeed Cache used for caching and performance stuff on the page. Redirection plugin, we are using it for redirections. I know USSO Premium have this function, RankMath have this function. I don't mind having one more plugin. Sidekit by Google. I like, it's not that I cannot, insert into my own website the script of Google Analytics, but I really like this dashboard. So can't say I can get rid of that, and I can also use that. It does not have a big impact on anything, but switches support, nice plugin just to upload a switches. Can be a tiny script in your functions PHP, but again, no impact on front end, almost no impact on backend. I don't really mind it. So right now we have 15 plugins, and most of them, as you see, they don't have much impact on front end. On the other hand, if I had to use, let's go somewhere to our homepage and see what we can be using here. If we're using some page builder, I don't know, count up stuff, use a plugin. Nothing much, slider. Well, a lot of page builders have their own slider, like maybe. We don't have mega menu yet, but we will. And it's one more plugin that can be added to your list. Is it backend? No, it's more frontend. So everything related to frontend you want to get rid of. Everything related to backend you usually can stay. However, still try not to go too much of a plugins, because if you overcomplicate, your backend will be slow. The thing is why WordPress is considered an amazing tool is because you have full control. And the thing is why everybody hates WordPress is because people who don't know what they're doing have a full control and building really bad stuff. I hope this really quickly answers the question about plugins, how to work with them, their impact on page speed. So again, front-end part plugins, bad, we ignore them, they slow down your website. Backend plugins, they don't have impact on front-end, it's fast for your visitors, but can slow down a little bit for admins, a little bit. If it's plugins like we are using, much more if it's something more complicated. Have no ideas right now, but things are getting more complicated with WooCommerce and all the add-ons for admins they have. Really, that's where you need to be more careful about your optimizing. And if you have any questions regarding plugins, hit the comments below. Subscribe to this channel to see more regular videos on Fridays. And yeah, that was Vitalii from Codelibry. Bye-bye.